Okay, so search providers near my house within, I'm going to say 10 miles. I don't want to go that far. In 10 miles, let's see if there's anything around here. You would think that my PCP was already local, but unfortunately it was not. For some reason, once I turned 18 and started going to a proper PCP and not just the pediatrician. Oh, oh, for some reason, once I started going to the pediatrician, or once I stopped going to the pediatrician, and I started going to a proper PCP, uh, the one that I started going to, or the one that I was supposed to go to, I should say, the one that I was supposed to go to was not in town, so I just opted to go to the one near my house, uh, because, you know, at this point, I'm sure most people know, if you just go to a PCP that accepts your insurance, it's not really a big deal. I was doing that because most of my appointments were not ever anything more than a checkup. So I would just show up to some random office basically and ask for a checkup. They would do that, and then I would just be out of there. But again, I'm sure with my shoulder that's a bit of a bigger issue, so they might, I don't know, they might not give me what I need because I'm not assigned to that office. So honestly, actually, now that I think about it, this might be the first time. Oh, that's not good. Oh my god. This might be the first time that I've actually done this myself. Like I said before, I was just going to a pediatrician, so. You know, my parents set all that up, and then once I turned 18, my parents were like, okay, we're just going to have you go to the same PCP that we go to, so you don't have to do anything. I said, okay. But then I saw it was out of town, so I was like, you know what? Let me just switch that up. And I'm barely doing that now, so let's do that. Let's see. There are 36 doctors in my area. Ooh. Now, are any of them the one that I go to already? That's the next question. Oh, they are. Okay, cool. Alright, let me go ahead and switch over to this DCP, maybe? I don't really have a reason not to use this one. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really have a reason not to use that one. So I'm gonna keep using the same doctor that I've been going to. They're a pretty good doctor. Again, I don't see why not. And then we're gonna find out together whether or not the next process is gonna be all complicated or not. Let's go find out. Alright. This game is still looking fine. Maybe let's get quick shots. And faster shooting, maybe, but still looking just fine. Alright. So what do I do? You already have a PCP. Requesting a new one can have effects on any pending authorizations. Okay, I don't have any of those, so that's not a problem. Oh, excuse me. Hospital, blah, blah, blah. Yep. If IEHP gets your request before the 25th of the month, you may see your new doctor as soon as the 1st. If IEHP gets your request after the 25th of the month, so I guess that would be me, I have to wait till the 1st of the subsequent month. Oh, wow, okay. Well, I guess there's our time frame. We have to wait a whole month at least before I get that done. Alright, well, let's get started. Was that it? I think that might have been it. Okay, that seemed like that was it, but I actually don't have my card on me. I don't have my insurance card, so I can't actually log into my account and find that out. That's another thing I have to do. I thought I ordered a new insurance card a while back, actually. It's kind of another issue that's been ongoing that I've made not much headway on. So, I guess that's it. I guess I'll just have to wait. Maybe I'll call somebody tomorrow. I guess that's it then. So, I'll go check out my new PCP in May. On the 1st. Or sometime after that. But yeah, so my card... Like I said, that's been an issue too. So I've probably talked about this a little bit, but about a month ago, maybe 2 at this point, my wallet either got stolen or it was lost while I was at work one day. I went into work with my wallet and then I left without it, and I came home without it. And I thought it might turn up, but it did not. So I had to buy myself a new wallet. I had to buy a new ID, I had to buy new debit cards and all that. And right now, I still do not have a social security card or insurance cards because those were all in my wallet. So yeah, that's been an ongoing issue. I tried to order a new social security card, but that was a whole thing. There was a website I found that popped up, like the first thing that popped up when I typed in order new social security card was that website. So I went on there and it was like, yeah, just order your social security card through us and we'll send it in the mail. Should take a couple of weeks to pay us. I think it was like about 50, 60 bucks. Which sounds reasonable. I mean, I don't see why not. The website looked legit, and I don't know, the way that they set up the page and collected my info seemed pretty legit to me. So I didn't have a problem with it, and I went through with it. I bought it. It was like 60 bucks, like I said. And then that was a whole process. They were like, okay, we're gonna process your request and we're gonna get back to you in like a week or two for the next steps. So I did that. And then the next steps were what tipped me off that something was off. Because everything was going fine. Like I said, the way they collected the info, the way they set up the page looked all legit. The fact that it was the first thing on Google also made me think it was legit. But then they were like, okay, we're going to have you go to the next steps. So we want you to take this envelope that we sent you. They sent me a whole envelope, laminated and everything. And they were like, okay, we need you to send us your birth certificate and your mother and father's info, like social security card or something like that, or ID, or passport or something like that. Which is ridiculous, because why in the world would they need to figure out, the government, why would they need to figure out if my parents are my parents when they're not even involved in my social security card stuff? And why would I need to send my birth certificate to the government? Like, they have all that info. So that's what tipped me off. They sent me the envelope and I was like, okay, never mind. Let me just not do this. So that halted. I stopped that once that all came in. And they haven't charged me or reached out to me about anything else since then, so that's effectively dead in the water. But I do still need a social security card, obviously. So I guess the next thing to do, or that I did, was search for like an official government website, and I found it. But that was an issue too, because what they required some kind of weird login system that I just couldn't do at the time. They were like, put in your info, and we're going to find you and make sure that you are you based on your phone number. Because again, obviously they have all my info linked up to a phone number, right? So they were like, okay, provide us with your phone number and we're going to make sure that you are you, and then you can continue. So I gave them my phone number, and they were like, okay, this phone number, aka the phone number that I use right now, is not the same one on my record, because my old phone number is the one on the record. So they were like, okay, put in your old phone number and confirm your identity on that phone, and then we can continue. Obviously, I don't have easily access to that phone. Thankfully, this is about the one good thing that came out of all of that whole process. Thankfully, my old phone number is linked up to my very, very old phone, older than the Z Flips that I talked about at the top of the stream. I used to, before the Samsung phones, I used to have this iPhone right here. I used this one. So, you know, all my stuff is linked up to this phone and the phone number with that. So that sounds like that's not a problem because I have this phone on me right now. But at the time, it was not charged. I couldn't find it. I didn't even know where it was. I had to find the phone, and then I had to charge it. And by now, you know my habits when it comes to doing stuff that I need to do. So I procrastinated that. So we're about like a week or two out from that whole process. So at this point, right now, while I'm streaming, I could go back on that website and confirm my identity and probably get that card ordered now, which is probably what I'm going to do, because I need to do that eventually anyways. But that whole process was like way too long. It took like a month to do all of that, and I haven't even gotten what I needed. It's a bit ridiculous. So I need to do that. That's one thing I need to do. I need to get my social security card. and not keep it in my wallet because clearly it's not secure in there. So I gotta do that. Like I said, my insurance cards I need to also get. Car insurance, that was in my wallet. Obviously, if I get into an accident, I need to pull out my insurance card. Good thing is my parents have those because we're all on the same insurance. So they've got that. I can just grab the one off of them if I need it. And then the next thing was my health insurance card, which is, you know, what I'm talking about here. Was what I was just worried about. So I need to do that. Let me see if I can do that now. I thought I tried to do that earlier, but for some reason it just never came in the mail, or maybe the order didn't go through or something. I don't know. But let me find out if I can't just do this now. You know what? In this Bloons game, it seems like we're just going to be stuck here forever somehow. Not exactly sure what's going on with my gameplay today, but I just can't get past this half cash game for some reason. All right. Okay. So I need to order a new card. Only issue is I don't have my member ID because I don't have my card. Can I find out my ID without my card? Log into the portal? Right, but with the portal, I need my ID to sign into the portal. We can also call member services to request a new card. Physical cards are mailed to new members, but digital cards are available for services. Okay. So I guess if I had to, I could just use the digital card. But again, I can't see the digital card, which is what I'm assuming the doctors would have to see to render services. So, I mean, I guess I just gotta call them, right? Oh, and of course they're only open on business hours. I gotta wait till tomorrow for that. Call their number to request my ID or a replacement card. Okay, great. Yeah, okay. I guess I gotta do that then. Let me write that down so I don't forget. Adult life, huh? Replace medical insurance card. Okay, well, I guess taking those first steps is better than nothing. That does tend to happen to me, actually. I do that thing where I can see that something is daunting and maybe takes a long time to get done, and then I just don't get started because I'm afraid if I get started and don't finish, that's going to be worse than not starting at all, right? Sometimes that's the case, sometimes that's not the case. sometimes if you start something, like let's say it's a physical project, and you never finish it, sometimes that is worse. Like sometimes you'll just have that in the back of your head. You're like, oh, I can go finish that, and it'll be done. So it's kind of distracting, right? Sometimes it'll be like start it and then you realize you don't have enough stuff to finish it. Whatever the case may be, materials, information, time. So that kind of goes unfinished for a while, etc., etc. Or sometimes you just don't realize how big of a project it is, so you just don't do it. For me, it's like I can see that something is a big deal. So I'm like, okay, I can understand that this is going to take a long time, maybe a lot of paperwork in some cases, like I said. So I just wait for it because I wait till there's a convenient time to do it. And then stuff like you just saw happens where it's like, yes, it is a big thing. Like I said, maybe I'm going to have to do like several appointments to check up on this thing. I'm going to have to do physical therapy, maybe take some medicine. But starting it actually wasn't all that bad. Starting it wasn't really all that bad at all. I thought changing the primary care provider was going to be a whole thing in and of itself, but apparently not. But now, though, it's just a matter of waiting it out. Now that I actually know what I'm waiting for. See? I knew something was going to come up. I knew something was going to come up. I knew something was going to come up. Tired, man. Tired. So I guess now I just gotta wait till May. I'll schedule that appointment. In the meantime, I'll try to get my card. That's pretty much all there is to do there. For now, at least. And then, other than that, I guess it would just be the Social Security card. So like I said, I guess let's just do that now. Because why not? Pretty sure have an account or something like that. Let me see if it didn't save my progress. I hope it did. Alrighty. It looks like this is a whole process here as well. Gotta retrieve my password. Then I gotta find out if if all my progress on the ordering process was even saved. Okay, I'm in. Ugh. I gotta verify my identity again. Okay. Thankfully, it actually looks like we're just about done with this portion of the stream, so I can do this during my break time. Verify identity. We'll ask you for your ID, phone number, and other personal records. Sure. Verify ID, take a selfie, and switch back. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I guess I gotta do that. Gotta take a selfie, and I gotta take a picture of my driver's license. Like... Alright. Gotta go grab that. Looks like this game's doing just fine here. Who knew it was such a hassle to get your wallet stolen, right? Then again, who keeps all that important stuff in a wallet, right? Lesson learned. Now I gotta take a selfie. That. Which means I should be able to go back to my computer. Continue. Yes. Okay, verify information. First name, last name, date of birth, so on and so forth. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So, this is where I ran into an issue last time. Because at this point, it asked me to do the next step on my old phone. Because that's what's on my record, I guess. But now that I have my old phone, I should be able to do this. Let me find out. Verify your phone number. We're going to check your records to make sure your phone number matches your verified info, right? So I gotta put in my old phone number. I don't use anymore. I'm gonna make a cut here. So there's our half cash medal finally after like 10 attempts and losing all of our money. It's ridiculous, but there's our half cash medal and the black border for Winter Park. Thank you for watching. If you watch on Twitch, I will see you on Tuesday for Borderlands. And if you watch on YouTube, I'll see you on Monday for everything else. But if you're on Twitch, stick around. We're going to play some Silk Song in just a few minutes. So stick around for that.